This will be an overview of Blackboard, how to navigate this for your Math 150 online class. So once you get into the class itself, I will have announcements, and you can kind of see where the announcements will be posted. That will be down here. Again, there's not anything to worry about with attendance or anything like that. So the only tool I really usually use over here right now is just the announcements. So this is the content dashboard here. There is a calendar that you can explore. The discussion board, I will use a little bit during the class, probably about 3 or 4 discussions that you will have to participate in to earn some extra points here and there. So pay attention to the discussion board. It'll be located here. We typically don't use this grade book here or these messages here. I mainly just use content and discussion board, but feel free to explore anything on here that you want. So back to content. So over here to the right, this is the content, getting started, basic core information. This is where we want to start at. So if we click on that, there's going to be a greeting. There's going to be a syllabus. There's going to be a video overviewing the syllabus if you like. If you want to get into texting, there's this texting tool. For on campus, this is a little link to some of the safety and security of the campus. This is a link to the Teaching Learning Center, which is a great resource even for online students to use. So keep that in mind, that you're not alone when you do an online course. You still have a lot of resources besides me. Your grade book, let me see, yeah. So this will be your grade book right here. So again, if you want to make this minimize, you go up here to this up arrow and just minimize that all back down. So this is the grade book that should be giving you grades. Again, it's not perfect. Pay attention to announcements and things like that as we move along. If you start an assignment, it will be counted in your grade book, but if you do not do an assignment, it does not necessarily record it in the grade book until it's actually started. So sometimes your grades can get inflated. So basically, this class has 4 units in it. Unit 1, you'll find all that material here. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. If you click on week 1, this is all the materials associated with week 1. So we have video links where, again, you can watch the lessons online, and you can purchase the guided notes from the bookstore, and you can make your notes to go along with the class to do your homework. So you can do a lot of stuff on the front end, prepare for your class, and then you can just go straight into doing your class work as well. And remember, the guided notes can be used for homework and for any exams, including the final that you do. So it's a good idea to put a binder together and make guided notes. It's very easier. Again, you can also make your own notes and put those in the binder as well, keep things organized. So a 3-ring binder would be really ideal for structure in this class. So notice how we have Unit 1, Lesson 1. This is a video. Unit 1, Lesson 1, a video. And then Unit 1, Lesson 1. This is actually the assignment. So if you click here, you'll see an assignment appear from Blackboard. So all your homework will be typically online. And you can watch these videos as well. You don't have to. If you take the guided notes, then you don't have to. But if you need other resources, these are also some other videos that you can use that can do your work. So notice how this kind of breaks it out nicely that way. Again, if you once you watch the video or just click on it and close it, it will unlock your homework over here. So then if you click on your questions, question 1, it'll give you a question here. So you'll have to do this question. Notice how there is tutoring, help me solve this, get more help. The only one that really applies to us here is probably help me solve this. So it'll do an example here as well. It'll help you kind of understand this question. And then you would put your answer in here using the little tool tabs down here at the bottom. Again, if you miss it, you can always do the question more than once. You can do it as many times as you want. And and you get it that way. So question 2, most of the menus don't change here. Question 4. So sometimes these will change down at the bottom, but it looks like the most common one is to help me solve this question. Most of the students seem to like that, but again, I would encourage you, especially if you're want to do better on tests. A lot of times people will do this, help me solve this problem, and they don't make any notes, and then when they take the test, they don't have anything to go back on, because all you're allowed to use are guided notes. This button here will not be present when you do the exam. Okay, so keep that in mind. There are 4 exams in the class. Remember, Unit 1 exam is a lockdown browser, and the final exam is also a lockdown browser, so you will be monitored more closely on those 2 tests. But again, you are on the honor system. We're just trying to get you familiar with, just in case you do some higher stakes testing for employment, that you have been exposed to some lockdown browser testing, because colleges are not the only ones that do this. So again, you have a save button here that you can click on as well. So again, explore the tools around here. There's a setting button here you can click on, and it gives you some things here as well that you can kind of see. So just keep that in mind. There are a lot of tools. There's that waffle screen over here. If you click that waffle screen, notice how it kind of does this as well. You kind of play with all this and see what's going on there on all that. So if I close that tab there, it should just take me back 1. So it takes me back to this. I still have a hard time getting around in MYLab. I always seem to close out the wrong ones. So once we're done with Unit 1, Week 1, we can close that out. And then we can open up Unit 2, Week 2, and proceed. And notice how it's the same way. We have Lesson 2 video notes. So you can watch a video and build your guided notes that you get from the bookstore. And then this is the actual assignment. And these are the objectives for the assignment. This is what you'd be expected to learn in this lesson. So that's kind of how the class proceeds, is, excuse me. So you have a Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. And Unit 4, again, has everything. Remember, the final is comprehensive. So the final exam will cover questions from all 4 units. So keep that in mind as you move forward into the class. Again, here's the textbook down here. So if you click on that, you have a textbook. So if you want to use the textbook to make your own notes and make your own outlines, you do not have to use my guided notes, but that's where I made my notes from, is from the book. So if you hit these little waffles, again, the 3 things there, table contents, this can take you to where you want to go. And the first place we actually start is polynomials. But notice how, if you want to back up and do some other lessons, there are other lessons precursor to R4. So if you're like, man, that's too fast, you can go back up here and look at some of these other lessons and get some ideas of where this is coming in. So remember, to be taking college algebra, if you're coming from a high school perspective, you probably already taken Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, and you're probably taking like a pre-calc kind of class. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But now, if you're kind of a non-traditional student who's been out for a while, keep in mind, you also have the world of YouTube that also can show you how to do stuff as well. You're not restricted when you're doing your homework and stuff to just use what we give you. You can use additional resources that you find on your own, such as YouTube or other websites. So keep that in mind. That textbook is available for you to use as well. BrainFuse is a spot where you can get live help from home. So just keep that in mind. You can also just use our Teaching Learning Center. But live help from home basically is a 24/7 service. You can experiment with that and see if that's something that's useful to you as you move forward into the class. But you can get 24/7 help using BrainFuse, I believe. All right, so we have announcements, the discussion board, and of course, where you want to begin is the getting started. Don't forget that your syllabus is here. inside your syllabus, don't forget, inside your syllabus, if we can get this to open, there is the, I go all the way down to the bottom, there is the pacing calendar as well. So this kind of tells you where you need to be week 1, week 2, week 3, so forth and so on. So that's also your pacing schedule as well. So you get it both ways, but if you need some specific dates, this is going to give you your dates that things are due as well. So don't forget about that. That's inside your simple syllabus. All righty. Again, I will close out here. Again, if you need me, feel free to reach out and contact me. Email is the best way, and then other tools we'll figure out. So take care, and good luck this semester.